Use this for opening visuals and first 30 to 45 seconds. Let me ask you something. Have your mornings started to feel empty? You wake up, but the fire just isn't there. The spark you once had in your body, your energy, even your intimacy, feels like it's been slowly fading. And if you're a man over 60, you might have even been told that's just part of getting older. Well, I'm here to tell you that's wrong. Because the truth is, you can reclaim your strength, drive, and vitality, not with miracle pills or fancy supplements, but with real, natural foods. I'm Dr. Mohit Kara, and after 30 years helping men in their 60s, 70s, even 80s transform their energy and performance, I've discovered 3 powerful, natural foods that quietly rebuild what time has taken. In fact, combine them correctly, and you'll begin to notice changes in as little as 7 days. So, in today's video, we're diving into what I call the Vitality Trio, 3 simple, often overlooked foods that supercharge your circulation, rebuild your testosterone, and protect your manhood from the inside out. Ready? Let's get into the first and possibly most surprising game changer. The circulation charger, beets. Let me tell you about a man named Frank. He was 68 when he first walked into my clinic. A former contractor, strong hands, sharp mind, but tired eyes. His legs felt cold, his energy dipped halfway through the day, and mornings, they just weren't what they used to be. You know exactly what I mean. He looked me straight in the eye and said, "Doc, I don't want pills. I just want to feel like a man again." And that's when I introduced him to one of the most overlooked foods for older men, beets. Now, I know beets aren't glamorous, they're not exotic or trendy, but what they are is powerful. Beets are packed with natural nitrates. When you eat them, your body converts those nitrates into nitric oxide, a molecule that helps relax and widen your blood vessels. Imagine a garden hose that's been kinked for years, then suddenly the flow is restored. That's what happens inside your body. Blood starts moving freely again, to your legs, to your heart, and yes, to the areas that matter most in the bedroom. And here's the kicker. After age 60, your nitric oxide levels drop by almost 75%. That means less blood flow, slower recovery, colder limbs, and yes, weaker erections. For Frank, it wasn't just physical, it was emotional. He didn't feel like himself anymore. But within 1 week of adding beets to his daily routine, just a small glass of beet juice in the morning, he called me and said, "I don't know what's happening, Doc, but I feel warmer. I'm moving easier, and the mornings, they're back." So here's how to do it. 4 to 6 ounces of beet juice in the morning, or half cup of roasted or boiled beets with dinner. Add a splash of lemon juice or black pepper. It helps with absorption. And pair it with a short walk or light leg exercises to push blood deeper into your tissues. Some men feel results in 3 days, most within a week, almost everyone within 30 days. But remember, this isn't just about intimacy. Good circulation improves your balance, your sleep, your focus, even the confidence you feel when you stand up out of a chair. I've had men tear up in my office, not because they felt like teenagers again, but because for the first time in years, they finally felt alive. Beets may be humble, but they're the first key to turning your engine back on. Now, while circulation is essential, it's only one piece of the puzzle, because energy without drive is like a car with no fuel. Up next, the breakfast food you probably have in your fridge right now that quietly rebuilds the very hormone that defines male vitality. Let's talk about it. The testosterone rebuilder, eggs. Let me introduce you to Robert. He was 72 when he came to see me. A retired Navy man, still had the posture, still had the handshake, but you could tell something was off. After a little small talk, he leaned in and said quietly, "Doc, I'm just not the man I used to be. My strength is slipping. My drive is gone. I wake up and I don't even feel like starting the day anymore." That moment, I've heard it from dozens, no, hundreds of men, and it almost always leads back to one thing: testosterone. Most men assume testosterone drops with age, and that's that. But here's the truth. Testosterone doesn't disappear. It's suppressed, and one of the reasons is what we stop feeding our bodies. You see, your hormones need raw materials to stay active. When you deprive your body of those ingredients, production slows down. You don't feel like yourself, and it gets harder and harder to get it back. But there's one food that holds nearly everything your body needs to rebuild testosterone, and it's sitting quietly in most fridges right now. Whole eggs. Yes, whole eggs, yolk and all. Forget what you've heard about cholesterol. For years, we were told to avoid egg yolks. But that advice, it's hurt more men than it helped because your body actually needs cholesterol to make testosterone. It's the foundation, the building block. When you avoid it, you starve your hormones. The yolk also contains vitamin D, choline, healthy fats, selenium, a cocktail of nutrients that directly support testosterone production. I told Robert 2 whole eggs every morning, organic, pasture-raised if you can, lightly cooked in olive oil or butter, no toast, no sugar, just clean protein and hormone-fueling fats. He was skeptical, but 2 weeks later he came back smiling. His energy was up, his mood was better. And his wife? She noticed. She said he seemed more present. But it wasn't just about libido, it was deeper than that. He told me, I feel like I've reconnected with a version of myself I thought I'd lost. That's what testosterone does. It's not just a hormone, it's your edge. You stand taller, think clearer, you're more decisive, emotionally grounded, more alive in your own skin. And when you start your day with 2 whole eggs, you're not just eating breakfast. You're telling your body, I'm here. I'm not fading away. I'm rebuilding. Best of all, it's simple. No expensive supplements, no complicated plans, just real food doing what it was meant to do. And while beets improve your circulation and eggs awaken your testosterone, there's one more food that ties it all together. Because what good is energy and drive if your body is still inflamed, your blood vessels stiff, and your prostate working against you? The next food? It's sweet, rich, powerful, and might be the most underrated of all. Let's talk about it next. The hormone and blood flow synergizer, pomegranate. Let me tell you about Harold. He was 74 when he walked into my office, soft-spoken, thoughtful, and with a kind of quiet strength. But there was something else too, something missing. He sat down, took a breath, and said, Doc, it's like the lights are on, but something inside me has dimmed. His energy was low. Intimacy had become awkward. And worse, his doctor had flagged a rising PSA level, which hinted at possible prostate issues. Now, what worried Harold the most wasn't just his health, it was his identity. He didn't feel like the man he used to be. That's when I introduced him to something deceptively simple, yet incredibly powerful. Pomegranate. Now, I know what you're thinking. Pomegranate? Really? Yes, really, because for men over 60, this fruit is nothing short of medicinal. It's not just a sweet topping for salads. It's a natural powerhouse packed with polyphenols, potent plant compounds that fight oxidative stress and inflammation. These are the very forces that silently erode performance, circulation, and hormonal balance as we age. But here's the real magic. Pomegranate also contains natural aromatase inhibitors, which means it helps prevent testosterone from being converted into estrogen. And guess what? That conversion from testosterone to estrogen speeds up with age. That shift leads to loss of muscle tone, lower libido, mood swings, and yes, the slow fading of your male edge. Pomegranate helps stop that. But that's not all. It also boosts nitric oxide, the same molecule that beets help produce. That means pomegranate helps keep your blood vessels elastic, your oxygen levels high, and your body responsive, physically, mentally, and emotionally. I told Harold to start small. Just 4 ounces of 100% pure, unsweetened pomegranate juice each morning with breakfast. No added sugars, no mixers, just the real thing. And within 2 weeks, something shifted. His energy was steadier, his mood lifted. And one morning, he looked at his wife and said, I think I'm starting to feel like myself again. She noticed too, more affection, more laughter, more spark. But most importantly, he wasn't just feeling physical improvement. He was returning to himself. And here's why this matters. Beets open up your blood vessels. Eggs fuel testosterone. But pomegranate, it protects it all. Your hormones, your circulation, and especially your prostate. It's the glue that connects strength with longevity and power with peace. You can eat the seeds, drink the juice, blend it into a smoothie, whatever works for your routine. But the key, consistency. Every time you nourish your body with this fruit, you're sending a message. I'm not done yet. I still care. I still want to live fully. And your body, it listens. But now that we've covered the 3 foods individually, let's take a look at what happens when you combine them. Because something remarkable occurs when these nutrients start working together. Why these three work better together. Let me tell you something I've learned after 3 decades of working with men over 60. There is no silver bullet, but there is synergy. You see, the human body doesn't heal in pieces. It rebuilds as a system. Circulation, hormones, organ health, they all interact like gears in a well-designed machine. Let me tell you about Alan. He was 66, recently retired, full of ambition, but frustrated. He had started eating better, even added beet juice to his mornings, just like I recommended. And yes, he felt a small lift in energy, but something was still missing. He looked at me and said, "Doc, I feel like I'm fixing one wire, but the whole system isn't turning back on." And he was right, because healing, real, lasting vitality, doesn't come from a single fix. It comes from the right combination. Beets get the blood moving. Eggs supply the building blocks for testosterone. Pomegranate keeps your hormones stable and your prostate protected. On their own, each is powerful. But together, they form what I call the male vitality triangle. 1, circulation. 2, hormone production. 3, protection and stability. When all three gears are turning together, you're not just improving symptoms, you're restoring systems. When Alan combined them, beets in the morning, eggs for breakfast, pomegranate juice midday, he didn't just feel better. He felt awake. He told me, "My walks feel lighter, my head feels clearer, and for the first time in years, being intimate with my wife feels natural again." But here's what struck me most. He said he felt proud. Proud that he took action. Proud that he didn't just give in to decline. Proud that he took back control. And that's what this is really about, because when your blood is flowing, your testosterone is rising, and your body is protected from within, you don't just perform better, you show up better. You think more clearly, sleep more deeply, feel more grounded, and you reconnect with that unshakable sense of self-respect that may have gone quiet for a while, but never truly disappeared. Now, here's where it gets exciting. When you do this consistently, even for just 30 days, your body begins to respond faster than most men expect. So in the next section, let me walk you through exactly what to expect in week 1, week 2, and week 4 when you follow this plan the right way. Because once you understand the timeline of transformation, you'll be motivated to keep going. What to expect in 7, 14, and 30 days. If you've made it this far, let me say this. Something inside you is still alive. Something is still reaching for more energy, more strength, more dignity in how you live each day. And that instinct, it's not wrong. You haven't missed your chance. You're not out of time. You've just been waiting for the right information, and now you have it. Let's talk about what happens when you actually start. When you put these 3 powerful foods into motion. Beets, eggs, pomegranate, no gimmicks, no hype, just real, nutrient-dense restoration. By day 7, the shifts begin, subtle but real. You may notice warmer hands and feet, deeper, more restful sleep, a clearer head in the morning, less fog, more get-up-and-go energy. You might even find yourself walking a little taller without even realizing it. By day 14, the momentum builds. Blood flow improves, hormones begin to rebalance, that early morning response, more frequent, desire, more consistent, and mentally, you feel steadier, less reactive, more present. Emotionally, it's like a storm is clearing. You feel calmer, stronger, more like you. By day 30, this is where transformation takes root. It's no longer just about energy or intimacy. It's about identity. You wake up and actually look forward to the day. Your body responds faster. Your partner notices. You start moving with purpose again, not to chase youth, but because you feel like the man you were always meant to be. And the best part, it's not a miracle pill. It's not expensive or complicated. It all started with what you put on your plate. Men tell me all the time, "Doc, I forgot what this felt like." Not just feeling better, but feeling proud. That's what this is about. But let me give you one important warning. The biggest mistake? Inconsistency. Skipping a few days. Forgetting to buy the juice. Giving up because you don't feel it yet. That's what derails most men. But when you stay consistent, day after day, your body rewards you, not just with performance, but with confidence, stability, strength. So here's my invitation to you. Don't let this just be another video you watch and forget. Let this be the start of something real, something lasting, something you can be proud of. You have everything you need. 3 foods, 1 body, and a decision. Start today.